moment a minor disagreement mutates into a full-scale battle. The tension spikes, voices harden, and the topic of the conversation suddenly disappears. Inside your head, a quiet shift takes place. The mutual desire to resolve a shared problem vanishes. You feel a sudden, urgent need to be right, as if losing the point means losing yourself. Your focus narrows until you are only hunting for a tactical victory. You begin prioritizing a quick, transactional win over the long-term safety of the relationship. This choice to secure a victory at all costs initiates a physiological blindness to the person sitting right across from you. It is easy to assume that because an argument feels intense, our awareness of our partner must be equally high. In reality, the more emotional we get, the less we see. Psychologists measure this as empathic accuracy, our real-time ability to correctly identify exactly what another person is thinking during an interaction. This visualization maps our baseline capacity. Under calm conditions, the average person's empathic accuracy maxes out at only 40%. Even on our best days, we are guessing wrong more than half the time. But when a conversation becomes highly emotional, that metric collapses. Our empathic accuracy plummets to 15%. Precisely when a relationship requires understanding to survive, the brain blinds itself to 85%. In a perfectly calm state, this surplus is used for daydreaming or intuitively connecting concepts while you listen. But during a confrontation, this raw mathematical gap becomes the catalyst that drives an argument beyond your conscious control. The instant your brain registers an emotional threat, it shifts into a defensive posture. Because your empathic accuracy has already dropped to 15%, your brain effectively stops listening to the 120 words coming in. The processing core rejects the incoming data and hijacks those 400 surplus words. It redirects that energy towards formulating defensive counterattacks. Communication ends. You are left with two individuals using their bandwidth solely to wait for a tactical opening to strike. This escalation is a biological glitch. You possess a surplus of internal processing power, and in these moments, that power is directed toward a collision. In high-stakes environments, like federal interrogation rooms or courtrooms, Secret Service interrogators and trial lawyers operate under a specific set of rules. These professionals rely on reading their subjects. They cannot afford to let their empathic accuracy drop to 15% when they are challenged. If an interrogator allows their ego to hijack their bandwidth to draft a clever retort, they miss the subtle microexpressions that betray a lie. To maintain control, these experts must manually override their brain's instinctual defensive programming. Surviving a conflict requires treating your own brain as a machine that must be forcefully assigned a new, exhausting task. They use a method called the empathy pivot to short-circuit the brain's defensive plotting. The first phase is radical physical presence. Instead of plotting your next sentence, you analyze the other person's micro-movements, their breathing, and the tension in their posture. The second phase is specific inquiry. You force your brain to construct highly detailed questions about what the other person is experiencing. By intensely observing and asking questions, you exhaust your 400-word processing surplus. You fill the capacity core, leaving no cognitive power available to generate a counterattack. This mechanical de-escalation stands in stark contrast to the opening anecdote of an ego-driven fight. True strength in conflict is the ability to hack your own cognitive bandwidth, sacrificing a win to restore relational safety and genuine comprehension.